Dan Quinn, who is the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, spoke yesterday, of course. Well, it's going to be about Micah Parsons, right?
Yep.
No. He spoke yesterday about Dak Prescott. Listen, I get it. I like it. But I'm also now growing a tad tired of it. And it's going to come across wrong. I don't mean it to.
It sounds like
he's not.
It's about to be wrong.
He's not a Make-A-Wish kid. Right? And they talk
but he's
about
not
him
saying that, Craig.
like he's a charity case. Like, I want to win one for Dak.
Yeah.
He deserves our support and love. And we actually have a timeline of the verbal and vocal support from Micah, from Jerry Jones, from Mike McCarthy. Like, we're talking about a grown man who's making well over $100 million, who's a very good quarterback, who's had some really good games, and unfortunately in a very big spot in the postseason, quite famously has had some really bad games and has led the league in interceptions. But we talk about him like he's a helpless, wounded duck, like the Exxon Valdez just rammed it to Dak's house, and we're trying to make sure that we can get the oil off his feathers so he can fly again one day.
No.
Like, what are we talking about?
But Craig, at the end of the day, you also have to understand, they understand that Dak, they wouldn't be in a position to compete year after year if it wasn't for Dak.
He's a franchise quarterback, and we talk about him
but we
like he's a wounded duck.
Well, listen, you also he's 30 years old. The guy's been through a lot. Big injury, bounced back, had a major year, led the league in interceptions.
Yeah.
But year after year, he comes out of the grave and he finds himself to win football games in crucial situations. Valid, yes, 3-0 against the Niners, ugly loss this year. But Dak is a damn good quarterback. Talk about the evolution of him solely this year. Like, outside the pocket, he's 14 of 17 with 2 touchdowns.
Good.
He's using his legs. He's willing people to victory, his team to victory. Valid, he lost against the Eagles. We had that one spot.
No one disagrees with you about that. And what you're doing is actually supporting me and Craig's case that Dak Prescott doesn't need you to have his back.
Right.
Dak Prescott is a great quarterback. And look at the timeline that Craig mentioned earlier. All season long, it's teammates, it's coaches, it's everybody. Oh, I've got Dak's back. Jerry Jones, I've got Dak back. Whoa. And then we got Micah Parsons, I've got Dak's back. If I'm Dak, I'm like, I've got my back. I'm a great quarterback. I don't need you to do this.
I'm not saying
publicly.
Dak doesn't have confidence in himself and his abilities. But it's something to say when you have the leader of your team, the face of your franchise, somebody has to back him up. And when you have the owner to your star defensive player to defensive coordinator, it's a team game. You want your team to back your guy.
He's not a victim.
He is a victim of the media.
Is he not media?
Is he not a victim? Is he not been bullied?
He is bullied. He is criticized, but he's a quarterback in the Dallas Cowboys. Tony Romo was. Danny White was.
Sure.
Roger Staubach was.
Troy
Aikman was. Yeah. Like, I'll still tell you, Troy Aikman's got a weak arm. Like, all right, put that timeline up again. And I want you to imagine something for a minute. Pretend for a moment I'm not talking about Dak Prescott, the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, but I'm talking about Dak Prescott, an unknown person on his deathbed, dealing with terrible situations that life threw his way.
This got dark quick.
Horrible diarrhea.
The Exxon Valdez and this?
I want you to read it under the auspice of I'm not talking about a quarterback.
Gotcha.
And it would appear that we're talking about a kid fighting for his life. Like, what are we doing? And by the way, I should mention to all the guys there that are verbally supporting him, Jerry Jones, October 10th. Put it back up. Jerry Jones, October 10th. Micah Parsons, the 17th. Mike McCarthy, the 18th. Micah again on Monday. And now Dan Quinn yesterday, okay? Need I remind any of those men that 3 months ago, Trayvon Diggs called him a bitch?
Right. But that was in that was in practice. I've been on the practice field, and I've said.
So there's a difference between a practice bitch and a game bitch?
I've said some very un-Christian-like things on the field. Like, I've gone real vulgar. I've called out people's mamas. I've threatened the aunties. I've threatened to body slam grandmamas. I've done some very vulgar stuff.
Okay.
So that's football. I don't mind it. That's football, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, your Jets, my Jets, anybody in that locker room defending Zach Wilson?
Kind of, a little teeny bit.
Right.
Teeny bit.
Buffalo Bills. Anybody running to defend Josh Allen? He's up and down?
Don't need to.
Right. Oh, you need some. Don't start that. So my point is, you got one quarterback who's standing up time after time on his head to will his team to victory, and there's a team that sees him and believes in him on tape and off the field.
I think part of the story, and I'm with you on that 100%, that should be told, and we should acknowledge it, because I don't want this to now land on Dak's shoulders and lap, because it's not fair for it to. He doesn't complain. He has, and I want to give him credit for that. He has consistently said, guys, I get it. I've been around 8 years. I know that this comes with being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and that is the difference because if Dak were the one complaining about it, then America would be on that dude and he'd be dragged,
but
right?
they're already on him.
But you follow my point?
I got you.
Like, I'm acknowledging that. I don't think Dak Prescott needs Dan Quinn to talk about it, or McCarthy, or Jerry, or any of these guys.
But at the same time,
but he's not the guy going, woe is me.
100%.
It's unfair. Look at my stats.
But I think he also realized he can't complain. Because of the money.
He's smart.
Because of the position he's in, and because of the team he plays for. He's not allowed to say anything. So it's good that his teammates are actually backing him up. His coaches are backing him up.
I will say this. Unlike a team we're going to talk about in just a little bit, I think it is clear, and part of this is winning, to be fair, that Dak is respected and I think loved, but certainly respected in that locker room.
Yeah, I don't think he's respected and loved. I think they really believe in him, right?
Yeah.
That's why guys are willing to jump on the soapbox and talk on behalf of him, man, how much they love him. Because you go back to that Eagles game recently, man, put on the tape. Dak played out of his skull. He played extremely well. He willed that team all the way up into that last drive. Obviously, he didn't get it done, and they lost that game. But he played a hell of a game in a big moment against a very good football team, and he should be loved for it.
Amazingly, I've not seen Dan Quinn, Micah Parsons, Jerry Jones, or Mike McCarthy come out publicly and comment about him missing a wide open Ferguson for a game-winning touchdown.
I thought we were going to get through the segment.
Yeah, haven't seen any one of those guys talk about Dak Prescott's big feet stepping out of bounds on a two-point conversion.
And some accountability. He said, man, I wish I would have dove earlier. I wish my big foot didn't get out of bounds.
But they did set up a GoFundMe for him to make him feel better about himself. I don't know. I'm in a good mood today. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.